final midweek contest for the Wildcats as they make the push toward the postseason as number 22 Kentucky hosts the
field since mid-March.
In Autumn, the number that stands out to me, she's still third in D1 lineup. Scott, Riley, Purdy, Barron, Miller, and Bowers. Grants, Bellis. There you see Scott, the senior out of Australia. In EKU softball history.
That's insane.
And that off-speed pitch is pretty insane as well. And they say Scott went around, and because just like me, you could hear it, right? It's not that you could see it, but you could hear it.
Absolutely, I knew it.
On her right forearm. And that one stays upstairs. And so, as a pitcher, Autumn, that's one thing you got to clearance. You know, kind of see what she's doing. See if she's trying to...
Game back since mid-March.
And that one stayed upstairs again. And so this is exactly the reason for the Colonel Senior. To a horse to get him right. And that ball is shot to left field. Smith perfectly positioned.
As I look at EKU's roster here, it seems that
off the fist, and that's going to drop into left field for a base hit. Runner comes. Throw from center is cut off as it was offline. And a nice job of hitting there by Jasmine.
Good read by Riley on this. It's sometimes hard to tell if these are going to be caught, but she immediately read it off the bat and got from second to home.
That ball wouldn't have been cut off. And that ball is lifted pretty good ways out near the track in center and hauled in by Blanton. Appeared in 14 games, 13 starts. To find a way to protect Koffel in the lineup. Koffel, Kowalik, Ebbs, Sullivan, Lorsing, Smith. You like the move to take Koffel up? People started pitching around her. I think it was... That's a 3-1 pitch. It's hit a long, long way. Will it stay fair? It does. Way up on the fence. And all as Erin Koffel goes deep, a leadoff homer for the Cats. Her 15th of the year.
And going up to that box.
Check that. That's the 16th that Narvaez to just stroke it into the outfield. There's a slap, and that's going to be a tough play. And that's the problem you have, is as an infielder. Why not?
Ball four.
And so Kentucky.
Why didn't we get any lace?
You know, there were people passing them out on the. That ball's ripped into the gap, cut off in left field. Kowalik's going to score easily. Christine Himes holds up Ebbs at.
What a great piece of two-strike hitting. I love how Kennedy went down to get that pitch.
Kowalik's. The operative word was old. Old kid. Runner goes, and that ball's going to go into right field, and that's going to score a run. But she was not. And the inning continues. Vanessa Nesby's just played so well for her. And now with it, the ball is popped up on the right side. Foul territory. Boy, and that's a nice play by the first baseman, Barron. And they only have 5 non-starters available. And that's a nice pitch, and Thulin strikes out. So Narvaez, where you've got a slapper, you've got the third baseman with a leadoff homer. Tobias right back to the pitcher, bobbles for a minute. And wow. But there are 25 more coaches that have more than 863 wins as that ball is flared out to right field and hauled in by Mack, who's...
It's one thing I love about Kentucky's lineup is they're so versatile.
That ball's hit pretty well to left. Will it stay fair?
Wow.
Look at that.
What a catch.
Riley Smith goes to Jalen Haynes. And that's a little chopper. Tough play for Lorsing. And she didn't get it. I think that was a good call at first, and that'll be an in.
Would agree. Just getting ahead earlier in the counts, she looks more comfortable.
Day. And she'd been out for a month, and that tappers right back to her. And the Colonels get a hit, but nothing else. Cats come for the top of the order. She's got a homer and 7 knocked in.
Up here. That's why my parents didn't come with me.
Because they didn't think you were coming. That ball off the pitcher, and they got her by a half step. Nice play by the shop.
Probably a smart choice.
Now at 53 homers.
It's 60 miles north of Little Rock, which is the capital of Arkansas.
60 miles north is about on the border, isn't it? You not only see what she does with a bat, but you want to talk about respect? 50. And so let's see what Kowalik does. See, that's what she can do. She just caught everybody in and just ripped it over the head. They're going to send Koffel coming to the plate, not in time.
Defend that.
You've got to come in because of the way she slapped. Janae Riley, and the Cats extend their lead to 4-1. And Ebbs with a little cue ball back to the pitcher. Kowalik advances.
Great pitch. Her willingness to allow the pitchers to hit.
That's going to be a tough play. Got a good hop there at short. And the inning is over, but not things off with a strike to Janae Riley. Sullivan of 5. She's given up 43 runs, 24 strikeouts, 23 walks. And the ground out to Tobias here. You know, you go out and work and you try to improve from one year to the next, and that's what Purdy has done on him.
100%. I mean, when you put up numbers the way she did at the beginning of the season.
That ball is hit a bunch. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Second home run, near home run by the Colonels last inning. But now this one.
Go.
Home run number 8 on the year for Maggie Purdy. That one caught her. Caught her on the elbow. Barron getting a pretty good lead over at first. And she walked her. And that ball's ripped to center, but right at Jenna Blanton, who hauls it in. That ball shot through the right side for a base hit. Ebbs quickly comes in and gets that ball into the plate. Big opportunity for EKU here to put this game. Got her swinging. So for the Colonels, a run, 2 hits, no error. Been here this year?
Actually, I was here this weekend versus Arkansas.
That ball misses outside, and Larsing
Great at bat.
has a leadoff walk here in the home half of the third. Larsing does not have a stolen base attempt on the year. Shadows. Everybody else in the infield is in the sun. It's just really difficult to see. And right there, Scott had no choice but to make sure. She settled in and really battled today for EKU. Little squibber off the bat of Harrison. Larsing advances to third.
I'm really excited for the career that Carissa Hamilton's going to have as a freshman.
That ball hit to left. Sun's got it, but so does Riley. But, you know, people like our grandparents and people like that, people who are from here. Got her swinging.
Great pitch sequence by Kennedy Sullivan.
Even to run the count to 3-2, and there's the slap to short.
Great
Nice play by Koffel.
And much better than last inning.
Ball shot into left for a solid base hit. Boy, and that ball is ripped. Let's see if it gets to the gap. It's cut off out there by Blanton.
Let's hit her up to plate.
That's a shot, and Koffel is there. And the Colonels held scoreless. They get 2 hits, no error. Blanton slaps one to second. Tough play. And a nice dig over there at first. 50th run batted in. Handled down at third base nicely by Miller. And quickly. Sure. The thing you want the most is to know what you can expect from your teammate.
Teammate I've ever had.
Slaps that one to short, and that's going to be trouble. Safe. And that's going to be an error on the short second. Three and 0. Stayed outside. She walked her on 4 pitches.
It's hard to have the green light.
14, 15 players as you. That ball shot to center, and yes, that's a grab.
What a catch.
What a nice play out there. He always well represented at that event. Tomorrow night in Kansas City. Miller. Boy, that looked kind of. Lou Bowers, hitless tonight. Popped her up on the right side. Tobias is going to take charge, and quickly there are 2 away. And that ball knocked right back up the middle for a base hit. Regardless of what happens in this game, I think the big and they'll step on the bag and get the out at second. Nothing doing for the
criteria.
That ball is flared to short center field, and I'm not sure Haynes got the jump on it. She hit that well. That's as well as she's hit a ball all season, and it's gone. And a fist bump and all kinds of reaction from Rachel Lawson. I think she's happier than Smith is. Really got underneath it and was able to barrel up and drive through that ball.
Such a beautiful swing. And as we talked about earlier, it's just giving her the opportunity to regain that confidence and work out the
2. That ball's hit a long way to left by Miko Harrison. But boy, what a nice play over there by Haynes.
softball poll. Tobias said that the most famous person she's on the team, a question.
Oh.
So this specific question had asked, who's the most famous person in your
Rachel Lawson looking for that big inning here with only 1 out. Really nice bunt by Nesby, and that's what you can't. You've got to be on the bases. And first, she walked in the second. And Grant on this 3-0 pitch, or put her on. They went right at her, and it stayed downstairs. And now the bases are full for Kawhi. The picture of what the situation is. That's a sharp grounder to short. Boy, they don't get the out at the plate. Second run comes home. Catcher. I thought the throw was there.
Yeah, the throw was there. That's
that
a catchable
throw's there.
ball.
But Worthington back out, and the Wildcats now extend the lead to 8-2.
Exactly.
I think that's a great point. Here's a grounder to third. Boy, you got all kinds of people hung up now. Let's see what happens. A throw, and she got under it. Wow.
Third position there. And regardless of what happens to Koffel in this situation.
Hung up. But after she got herself hung up, it was a great piece of base running.
We're so talking about Kowalik.
Trying to shut the door. Wildcats to come on in.
If you look at the outfield and their position.
Grace Larsing. And I understand that's the percentage move. But if you're Grace Larsing, I imagine that fires you up pretty well.
Oh, it sure does. I've been in that position. If I'm Lorsong, I'm making her throw to me. However, with the bases.
There's another ball down the third base line as and that ball's hit into left field for a base hit.
That's ball game.
Princess.
Awesome.
Feel good win all the way around for the Wildcats. Good effort for the Colonels, but just with the for Autumn Humes, I'm Dave Baker. So long from John Crop Stadium.